Started now. It's 11 o'clock. We like to keep these things on schedule. I know media has deadlines that they have to get to. So good morning, everyone, and thank you all for coming. I'm here to officially announce that I will not be a candidate for City Council in the next municipal election. After 29 years of public service in an elected position here in Ancaster, 3 as a school trustee is where I started when I was 30 years old. Then I followed my mother for 10 years on Ancaster Council. And then after my brother had his stroke in 2005, I ran for Hamilton City Council to represent Ancaster after amalgamation. So a total of 29 years I've had since I first got elected to a position here in Ancaster Council. My family, both my parents, first my father, and then he died of a heart attack, so my mother took his place on Ancaster Council for 10 years. After she passed away, I ran and won as a councillor in Ancaster, stayed for 10 years until became the GM of a large national construction company, so I couldn't do it anymore. So my brother ran and won, and then I retired in 2006 and ran and won here in Ancaster to represent this great community on Hamilton City Council. But for 67 years, our family has held an elected position without interruption in Ancaster. And it's kind of sad for me that it's ending this way, but I regularly get told that our family is the Kennedys of Ancaster, and even the Kennedy era eventually came to an end. And so we're at that point in the family participation in politics here in Ancaster. Ancaster is a place people aspire to move to. I've been saying that for a long time. It's where people work hard to be able to buy a home here and make it part of their community and to call home. People move here to raise families, start businesses, enjoy our many sports and cultural programs, and I'm proud of that. And to have contributed in some way to their life pursuits. And I want you to know it didn't happen by accident. Some of the capital projects that have been completed in Ancaster, we've had lots in Hamilton that I was involved in, but in Ancaster during my 16 years in Hamilton City Council include acquiring the property from the Hamilton District School Board and the construction of the Ancaster Memorial Arts Centre right behind me. And that's why I'm having this press conference right here in my last project. The Arts Center will be finished next week. The seats, before you ask, the seats have arrived and they're being installed as we speak. And you're welcome to go in and take a look for yourself. You get comfortable with the fact that the project is nearing completion. There's a couple more minor things, but we fully intend to go live then with the grand opening and the opening of the British Invasion by Theatre Ancaster in early September. I was also very involved in the redevelopment of Ancaster Square. The heritage restoration of the Hamel House, which used to be the town offices, which is a designated building, and a new home has been converted now into a new home for the Ancaster Minor Sports Association and the Ancaster BIA. We did the final renovations to the Tisdale House right beside the Old Town Hall. It was moved by John Nelson in the 90s from up Glendale Motors, but then it sat empty from the early 90s because unfortunately he passed away of a heart attack during the process. So I picked that project up and fortunately had an opportunity to spend 5 years as chairman of the Hamilton Police Board and converted it in after renovations to the community policing and museum, the Hamilton Police Museum. So it's open now to the public to see. We installed a spray pad and a pergola in the Village Green Park. We had the reconstruction of the tennis courts. We switched it from 3 to 5, turned them 90 degrees, and they're open now. The foundation has been set and is ready for the dome to be installed in October, so that'll become a year-round facility. We did the expansion of the lawn bowling green, which wasn't a regulation size. We put new clubhouses for lawn bowling and tennis club at the Village Green. So that whole redevelopment, of course, the Ancaster Old Town Hall was in need of a lot of attention, both the ceilings and the pointing of the stone and the floor. And that's also been completed. So the Ancaster Square is now in great shape for decades to come for the people of our community. Reconstructed Wilson Street from coast to coast. This is from Highway 403, and we're just putting the final touches on the last piece down to Filman Road or the city limits. It's been a long time coming. It was very controversial because before you could have construction, you got to have destruction, and it was a big mess through our community. But it's now, we got a provincial award for the gateway feature on it, and it's now there and ready for the people of the community to use, with bicycle lanes, turning lanes, new sidewalks. The same thing will be happening shortly on South Cove Road. We have a low bid on that now, and we expect award in the August council meeting, and then get on with that large project that will look exactly like Wilson Street. We got a new emergency service station at number 20 at Garner Road and Kidder-Murray Lane, roundabouts at Wilson Street and Shaver Road, and the roundabout at McLuhan Wilson, and that one has a water feature. And I told the developer when putting it in, unless you put a fountain in there, I won't support the project, and it worked. They put it in, and to this day we enjoy it. I worked hard, and people in the media will know that who cover city council. I worked hard all 16 years to keep the budget increases to within inflation, and I'm proud that that's been done. Now, I've been nicknamed by my council colleagues as Frugal Fergie, because I kept driving costs all the time, because that's my background in the private sector. But it was contrary to the ambitions of some of my colleagues, but we got it done. I want to thank the residents of Ancaster and area for their trust in me as their elected representative. You have made this job so rewarding, and we're here work together to make Ancaster a great place to live, work, and play. We made the community home. I'd like to pay a special tribute to my friend and colleague and Ancaster champion, Kathy Bishop. And Kathy, if you don't, I'm sure you all know who Kathy is. Thank you so much for your patience and unwavering support of the Ward 12 office. She is the most patient person I've met, and she just stayed calm with all the controversy with constituent issues that come up, and she could solve most of them herself, because I was stuck in meetings downtown. After serving the residents of Hamilton and Ancaster for 32 years, Kathy is also taking the next step in her life and will be retiring at the end of this term, the same time I am, and to enjoy more time with her family as well as those relaxing days spent at the cottage. So thank you and all the best, Kathy. Our community is better for your service and passion to everyone and Ancaster calls home. I want to give a special recognition. She's not feeling well, so she's not able to be here today, is Mary Ann Leach. I met Mary Ann Leach. She was walking through the autumn stroll during my first campaign in 2006. She just retired from the Treasury Department at Stelco and said she was bored. And I told her we can fix that. So she was either the CFO in the last two campaigns, was the campaign manager. So she was involved in all four of my campaigns. So if anybody's annoyed that I got elected, talk to Mary Ann, because she did all the work and got it done. And I want to publicly congratulate her for that. But my family is very supportive of what I'm doing today. I have two great, outstanding, I shouldn't say great because I'm not great, outstanding grandchildren. I was hoping they could be here today, but family things, they can't pull it all together. But I got a 6-year-old and a 1.5-year-old that I want to spend more time with in the future. And I'm not going to go away. I'm going to get involved in something else. My family's biggest fear is I'm going to be bored, and I'm concerned about that too. But I'm available to go on some boards or some other part of other organizations, maybe right here at the Ancaster Arts Centre, to fill some of my time in the future. But I intend to get some me time going. So thank you very much for coming out today, and I'm here for any questions.
When did you decide to retire? When did you make the decision?
I guess over all the Christmas holidays. I've kept it pretty quiet. I didn't want to become lame duck. I wanted some things I wanted to finish. The building right behind me was one of them. But at that time, and it's a tough time to be an elected person in Hamilton. There's a lot of people coming after you. And what really bothered me is the special interest groups who would put out misinformation, and I don't know how to manage that. I don't look at social media, but it could be nasty also. So I wish whoever my successor is well, because that's going to be a difficult part of the job. But I've known for roughly 6 months that it's time. Okay, no more questions? So thank you very much.